Hi guys, welcome back to JM Farm and Cattle. So I told you on the second to last, I told you the other day on that other video that I did that we were looking at a different swather. Well, there she is. So I looked at the options of a disc mower because that's what a lot of people recommended, but for the price I could get this a heck of a lot cheaper than a disc mower. Now later on, yeah, I might end up with a disc mower, but that'd be years down the road. So this is going to get us by for now. This is a Hesston 1265, 14 foot wide. It's only got 10 hours on the sickle bar, the knives, and the bearings in the wobble box. This thing's overall in really good shape. We got it hooked on 540 PTO with a hydraulic drive. So I'm really excited, so let's go cut some hay, see how it goes. Definitely a tight little path through here. So this is the ditch that my cows graze, so they graze this grass here too. Otherwise I'd be swathing it, but we just gotta go around these telephone poles. We got dipped out in the corn a little bit and go over the electric fence. Kind of a hassle, but what do you do? I think this fall when we redo the corners, I think we're gonna plant a strip along here and get rid of 12 rows and just plant like 36 foot wide path of alfalfa to this back corner to make it a whole lot easier and to give us a little bit more alfalfa. So far this thing's working really nice, and I love that hydro swing. Now this is my first year ever doing anything haying wise, but the little bit that I did at the other one and just driving it down the road, I can really tell you that this is really nice having a hydro swing. So right now I'm just going around the edge of the field, and then I'm gonna go just back and forth long ways, and I'll just switch sides each time. I think, at least that's the plan. I don't know, I might just keep doing what I'm doing. I got a rake, so I'll rake it however. Now, if you can tell, the windrows are super wide. They're actually as wide as the machine you can set them on the machine. And you can move them in, but we're doing it out. We're thinking that maybe that will help dry it out a little faster. Unfortunately, when we go down, we are running over the stuff that we put on the ground, but since we have a rake, I'm not too concerned about it. But once again, we got rain in the forecast for the next 2 weeks again. But we got about 4 nice days here, so we're gonna hope that having it spread out wide like this, that it really is gonna help dry it out. Instead of having it stacked, then we can come in and rake it and bale it hopefully before the rain. Well, we got this corner done. That's the only corner we're gonna do. The other corner is still underwater, so we're not gonna mess with that. And actually, we had one spot right up there that we had to go around because the first time I went through it, we tore it up pretty good. So luckily, we're gonna redo it this fall. But however, the next couple cuttings that we get out of here, well, we'll have to just mess with the ruts, I guess. So we got her done, and yeah, I really like that Swather mower conditioner. It's really nice. Like I said, we did nice big wide paths just so we can get it to dry out, but I do not like running it over, but it will rake up really good, so it's not a huge concern. At least it should rake up good. Guess what? It's that time. We got the baler hooked up, and we got everything rigged yesterday, and we got a huge storm chance coming in tonight, so we're gonna go bale it. We looked at it, it's dry. We actually just got rained on a little bit, probably about 10, it's probably been about an hour ago, but we didn't even have enough to mount to probably 200s. So we went out here, we checked it again, it's dried off, so we're gonna bale it. Okay, so here's the thing, we actually ran this baler a little bit earlier today, and we started on it last night. I didn't film anything, I didn't have my camera, and we had a bunch of bugs to work out, so I figured it wasn't worth really filming. But we discovered, now, in case you're new to the channel, this is my first time really running the baler at all. Actually, even doing hay stuff. I used to run the rake, but that doesn't even count. But we bought everything used. It's all older equipment, and except for the Swather, which you guys seen that. That's pretty happy about that. That did a really good job cutting everything down. So that was a lot of fun. But anyways, back to the baler. We had some initial problems with it. Yesterday we kept breaking the strings in the middle of the bale. It would, the outsides were fine and the middles would just bust. Get out of the wind here. And I think what the problem was is the string was really old and it looked brittle. So I went to the store and I bought some new, I can't even think, monofilament string, which is the plastic string. So I got that, and we did some bales today with it and never had any issues, so that makes a big difference. Now I was told these 535 balers are super simple to run, and for you guys that do run these, I got some questions for you. My questions for you guys though, that run these balers. My monitor inside is the old style where it has the 2 needles and then the 3 lights. When this bale hits about 3 foot, my oversized bale light comes on and buzzes. But it doesn't actually roll the bale until it hits 6 foot. And I tried adjusting where the sensor is, but it doesn't do me any good. So is the sensor bad or am I missing something? Let me know, please. Another issue. This happened to me one other time earlier, and I think it's something to do with those tie arms being in the wrong spot. But my light's on saying it's wrapping, but as you can see, it's not wrapping. So I don't know, and it's a brand new sensor I put on there, but I'm I'm just wondering if sometimes those tie arms get too far back where it trips it. I don't know. Okay, so as you can hear, that light came on. It's on 3 foot, but that's a small bale. And I tried adjusting it in the side. And I'll show you what I did whenever the bale drops, I'll get out. Just some little problems I'm having. So now my tie arm's going. We'll see if my cutter works. Before it wasn't working. So it worked. Open the gate. Back in business we go. I'm kind of assuming that tie arm's in the better spot now, and so I think when I was cutting, I had to cut a piece of metal off the tie arm to make it work right, because it wasn't getting cut earlier. So I must have triggered the sensor is what I'm assuming, and that's why that said it was wrapping when it wasn't wrapping. But okay, so it said it's wrapping. It's 3 foot and it's actually wrapping. So I shut it off real quick because we don't want it to wrap. It's only 3 foot. I just don't understand. I don't understand why it's trying to wrap. You know, it's set on 6 foot, so it's not even supposed to be. I just don't know what's going on. So I'm confused again. This bale is flipping huge. And I actually had to pull the manual lever because I was getting nervous because it wasn't triggering when to kick it off. I mean, it's just not consistent. Okay, so I think I got the early twine part figured out, I hope. There's a latch in there and it wasn't getting completely latched, So I think that just made it sense that the gate must have been open. So I might have to loosen that up a little bit with some WD-40 or something. And then I toned down the bale size. We were doing 6-foot bales, but that's putting the baler to the absolute max. And it's actually bigger than all of our other bales, which I always thought our bales were 6 foot when they would do them, but apparently they're only 5. So we toned her down to about 5.5. Between 5 and 5.5. I think it's about 5. So now it's wrapping. Again, this isn't ideal conditions, I don't think. I think it's a little dry, because you can kind of see some leaves flying, but we were looking at the bale, and it didn't seem terrible. It's really about all we can do, otherwise it's going to get rained on. Yeah, see, it did it again. This bar back here isn't latching. As you can see, these first couple bales, pretty big. So we toned her down a little bit. That's more like the size that we want. This one I toned down too far, but these are pretty consistent. We're still trying to figure out the wrap. It seems like it's putting it so far to the edge, it's almost coming off. And then it wraps so many times on the return on the one edge, which might just be normal for twine. I don't know. I was looking at a neighbor's bale. He had twine wrap and it didn't look like this, so like there it just looks like it's gonna slide off, and then actually this one did. And it wrapped so many times. So I think I need to back off, make that arm go a little bit faster. But I don't know, are they supposed to go clear to the edge? Or is there something I can adjust for that? Let me know. Alright guys, so yesterday we got our baling wrapped up just in time because it started raining about, well, it was later than expected. I think it was about 8 o'clock it started raining, and it rained pretty good. Not exactly sure how much we had for sure. I would say probably a good ½ inch or so. But I'm gonna wrap this video up here on this one, but I wanna go over what I found. We ended up doing 9 bales on that little tiny patch, which is pretty good. Now it's mostly grass. It was alfalfa, but it's old. We'll probably get another cutting off of it yet, and then we'll probably kill it off and get ready to replant it this winter, or this fall, I guess. There's a catch lever here, and it drops over a bar. And this is what slides back and forth. And I think that this spring right here is wore out or stretched, because it wasn't, I had to walk back here and hand pull this back because that wouldn't always snap in, and that's what was causing my baler to wrap a bale whenever it felt like it. The last thing I'm having an issue with is the baling twine wraps clear out to the edge of the bale there where it almost falls off, and on a couple bales it actually fell off. And I think my issue is this arm right here looks bent on an angle, and I think that twine is coming up and then going clear up there. Well, it's hard to tell. You can kind of tell it's on an angle like this, and I think the twine just rides up it. So I think that's the issue with that. I'm gonna go look at my neighbor's probably tomorrow and just check his out and see if his is straight up and down or if his has been on an angle too. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys. If you do have a 535 baler that's twine wrap, or you run twine, or maybe even a 530 or something's pretty close to it, but let me know. If you know my issues I'm having, comment down below, help me out, help me to understand it just a little bit better. I'd really appreciate it. So on that note, guys, we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.